Hi, everybody. This is Vivian from the Hive. We are streaming today from Sansar. Really excited today to have Jason Gholston, who is the head of Sansar Studios, to give us a little bit of a tour. So, just real quick. Usually, we are in all space, but as a part of the Hive, we like to tour other VR, social VR apps. So today we're really pleased to be there. One, because I look different. Do you like my outfit? Isn't it nice?
It's lovely, beautiful.
Okay, thank you. Some people have custom avatars in other social apps. I'm just throwing it out there. I like my outfit, but I'm just saying, if you love me, it's okay. Like, if you want to make a custom app, it's fine. I'm happy with that. Just throwing it out there. Okay, so today we're starting out in the Zen garden. It's really cool. So there is floating stuff, rocks. Nothing has hit me so far. It is pretty peaceful. It looks really cool, actually. So anyway, if you guys can just have a view of this. But all right, so let's talk Sansar. Well, first off,
welcome, Vivian. Welcome to the Zen Garden. It's great to have you here. In case your viewers don't know, Sansar is a social VR platform full of user-created worlds. Now, this world here, the Zen Garden, is one that our internal team, Sansar Studios, put together as a showcase for physics games and places to hang out and just exercise new features of our own engine that we built as they were coming online. But if you log in with Sansar, there's actually over 700 individual worlds that you can go and visit right now today.
Oh, and we will do that right now. We'll do 700 of them in 1 hour.
700 of them.
Yeah, exactly. Challenge accepted.
A ton of places to go. There is a featured area within our directory of experiences. It's our Atlas. And that's some really compelling narrative experiences, as well as just cool places to hang out. But it would be great to get everyone in there and start taking a look. But this one here, yeah, there's lots of stuff to do just in this room alone.
Okay, well, so Sansar is the VR experience of Second Life. Is that?
Well, no. So Sansar is its own thing, right? We do borrow some concepts. It is we think of it as a bit of a spiritual successor.
Spiritual successor. I love it.
And in that it shares core concepts. In particular, the focus on user-created content. So, like I was saying, it's 700 places right now. New ones being added by the hour. That are created by users, either using props and things that they modeled themselves and they upload into Sansar, or items they purchased off the Sansar marketplace and place into the scene. Yeah, I was hearing some echo.
Yeah. There is an echo.
The marketplace is full of it too, like the worlds, are user created. So the items on there, it's all kinds, thousands and thousands.
So for the purpose of creating rooms and being able to talk with people and having like a social experience, like what are you most wanting for your users when they come on? And are you looking for them to just create stuff? Are you like a place, a community of
all those things, right? It's ultimately a very flexible platform, flexible space, right? We're not trying to prescribe any particular use case. We have some users that have been putting on concerts. They have bands, and then they've live streamed the audio into their spaces, and people gather to listen to those shows.
Yeah, I think that the great thing about social VR is right now it's like kind of the new thing, right? Everyone is doing it. And hold on, let's see. We're hearing back from Allspace right now. Okay, now?
Hello? Testing?
Okay.
Is that better? I'm hearing myself through her, though. I can.
Okay, so that's better.
Yeah. These things, someday it'll be easier.
Isn't it funny? I mean, that's one thing we always like to say is, like, it's still so new, and like even in the middle of production, you're still kind of like learning everything.
Yeah.
But what I was saying was that, and for social VR, we are kind of, well, I mean, it's kind of the Wild West, right? There's nothing set in stone, and I always find that the community kind of.
It's hard to have social without community, right? And it's what the people bring to it is ultimately what it's going to become. You mentioned Second Life. We have 14 years experience in social virtual worlds, and it's incredible what people have done there. And we're excited to see what people can do, will ultimately do in Sansar.
Okay, well, let's look around here. I love this place. So can you kind of give us a tour?
Yeah. So up over here we have. I'll just walk. You guys want to walk? You want to teleport? I can walk.
No. Let's watch you walk.
Yeah.
Dynamic walking.
So over here is the lawn. So in we have cornhole. We have some lawn darts. Have some frisbee golf. I can play. Oh, pretty close.
All right, let me try this.
Just using the physics. Let's see if you go.
Oh, okay. Whoa, all right. Well, that escalated quickly. Okay.
Yes. I was cheating.
So, Jason, how many users are you finding?
So we're picking them up. We're just kind of really targeting creators, but we're open to anyone who's interested. So in the time we've been open, we've seen the roles more than double. So it's been interesting. It's been good. We're growing, but we're not in that active recruiting mode. We're just kind of letting it be organic right now, because we're about the creators getting content, taking feedback, and really growing it out in that way. In the new year, we'll start to really talk about getting numbers, getting people. But yeah, come in, play.
Come in and play.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so I played around with Sansar when it first came out, actually, and then I've come back, and the one thing is we see that it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and
thank you.
Well, yeah, it was. I mean, I had to move to my 1080 because I think it was like you said earlier before we started that you guys are taking all of our power and resources. I feel it, and I'm feeling like I'm becoming Sansar right now. But what can we look forward to as you guys continue to develop?
Yeah, so in this coming release, there's one coming up in a couple of weeks. We're going to really open up the fashion marketplace. And not only are you going to be able to really get much deeper customization as far as outfits and things, we're going to be changing the way in which those things are authored to begin with. And so we have some exciting moves on that front, and it's really kind of it's very much a first of its kind, and I think people are going to be really excited by how that's all going to play out. But this coming release is scheduled to be in the middle of this month, middle of December. We're going to start to see a lot of avatar variety, a whole new range of expression with the way people dress and do accessories and things, and so that's our next big push. It's going to be really cool.
So, Jason, have you what other social VR apps have you tried? It's like in comparison.
I tried a bit of all of them. Some due diligence, I've tried Altspace, High Fidelity, Facebook Spaces, and it's really great to see everybody kind of trying different things and emphasizing different aspects of it, and you can see across those that it really is shaping up to be an interesting new medium. you know. And so yeah, a bit of this, a bit of that, and a lot of Sansar. I've been working on Sansar for a little while now, so last 5 years.
Well, I guess one of the reasons I'm asking is because I mean, it's a small community, right, of people in VR to begin with. But as you know, with AltSpace, they were recently acquired. But when they, you know, when they came the news that they were closing, you know, that was right before Sansar was going to be released, and so a lot of us came in to kind of check it out, like as a new place for us, and that's kind of how we started to test it out. But what I guess is that since we tried a lot of different social apps, you know, everyone kind of chooses to do things differently. For example, like, you know, like my arms, or like having very realistic, you know, human features. And so I just like want to hear about, you know, the thought process behind how you guys develop the avatars, for one.
Yeah, so with the avatars, a lot of our thinking kind of references back to things we learned in Second Life. People get really attached to their avatars, and it becomes a whole platform in a way. A whole economy gets built around the avatar if it's sufficiently expressive and appealing. And what we saw in Second Life was, you know, we have creators that do nothing but avatar accessories, avatar fashions, that are earning over $1 million a year as individuals, you know, as individual creators selling these avatar items. And so we were building our system with expression, flexibility, extensibility, and future-proofing in mind. And I don't know if you see it, but we have really great lip sync animation. If you actually zoom into the head, you know, you can actually see the tongue touch the roof of the mouth, the lips rub against the teeth. You know, it's actually physically accurate. And we're going to continue to see that kind of machine learning powered animation expression come into the avatars over time. What you see now is, I would say, an incredibly rough draft of the vision that we have for these really important parts of the platform, really important part of social VR.
Well, actually, this is getting really popular. I'm getting questions back from AltSpace and from YouTube.
Sure.
So let's ask. Well, first, let's go off of what we're talking about, which is the avatar. So we have a user who asked, how can they obtain these different outfits or jewelry or the fashion market?
Yeah. So great question. There's a couple different ways right now. So the main way is through the Sansar store. So if you go to sansar.com, there's a store button up at the top of the web page. You click on that, and then within there you can see all kinds of avatar accessories. People put on all kinds of masks and attachments on their body, hands and monster arms, and all kinds of really neat stuff. The faces, you know, you can customize it just through the interface. That system too will continue to evolve and get deeper and more expressive over time. And then the other way to customize is just through importing your own content. So we allow you to sculpt you know, your own masks or attachments, the various attachment points on the avatar that you can then, you know, import. You know, like one guy made a pet monkey that just sits on his shoulder. You know, it really is ultimately kind of whatever you really want to do, more or less.
That sounds awesome. You hear that? And then you can get jobs in here, like as a pool boy, stuff like that, to earn money to get you. Am I starting rumors or no? Okay.
But in Second Life, that sort of thing does happen, and so we see there being, you know, this service economy. See, we already have a functioning currency that can be used to earn real money. In Sansar right now, we are already paying creators out for the items that they've put on the marketplace and have sold to one another. So while, you know, right now, there's not a lot of people looking for a pool boy right this second, but perhaps not too distant future, yeah, you might be able to, pick up a few Sansar dollars doing so.
Okay, so well, I'm getting a lot of questions right now, but we have Tomcats from YouTube here who asks, can people import their Second Life avatars?
So yes and no. So it depends on the way in which that Second Life avatar was made. So if it happens to be happen to have been made with mesh, you could import it, here in the future. So in some of the clothes, you could import the avatar body itself. Not just yet, but we'll see in the future about full-on replacements.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go to the polls and vote for it, guys. Your vote counts.
Yeah, and we want to be able to, as people create custom avatars, to maintain the fidelity of the animation and all the other systems. And so we want to make that easy to author. Avatar stuff is can be incredibly difficult to author, and so we have to create workflows so that it's easy enough so as to guarantee a high quality of the user created content, and to make that creation fun, because a lot of these and people who have worked in game studios or have done these things in a serious way on the side, a lot of painting skin weights on an avatar are not the most fun thing in the world. So we're going to try to make that stuff as smooth and fun as we can.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is really accurate. I look exactly like this. My arm even goes into my stomach in real life. So, yeah. So it's like, I feel like myself here. We have another question from Evil Doer back at Altspace. He wants to know where the name Sansar came from.
Yeah, so Sansar is like a Sanskrit word for world, world, if I remember right. But actually it's kind of a callback to one of the earliest, one of the first regions in Second Life, which was Sansara. And so it's just kind of, some of the our own internal mythos. And then also it's like one of those words, it's just, it's a little bit, it can mean this, it can mean that. It's evocative.
And, all right, we have another question from Mika, who wants to know about customizing camera. I'm sorry, there was a lot of questions here. The controls, if you guys want to come back and ask that question. You guys are really popular now. But it's funny because that's the one question is people are always asking about customizing. What can they do?
Yeah. Well, so customization is something, particularly in VR, I think is really, really important, because you have accessibility issues. You also have, physiological issues, right? So being able to customize mode of transport, transport controls and all that sort of thing. It's coming. We're in beta. We know that these are important things, like we got to get a keyboard configurator in there at some point, right? It's important that people can really tailor these things to their physical needs as well as just their own, habits, sometimes when you hop between apps, it'll ask you, hey, do you want it kind of more in this mode or more in that mode? Like if you're playing a console shooter, it will sometimes refer to Spartan mode, right? So that it echoes the controls from Halo, for instance, because that, but in any case, yeah, it's important. Customization is important.
Earlier, Jason, you mentioned people doing concerts in here.
Yeah.
And are you finding people, like a lot of non-gamers coming in here to promote their type of work, or have different types of programs?
Yeah. So people who like to build things are not always gamers, but gamers like to make things. I'm a gamer. I like to make things. I make 3D models and what have you. So there's no, we have non-gamers here, but a lot of non-gamers, because Second Life, a lot of the people that are in are people who kind of came from Second Life and are interested
I'm
in
a non-gamer.
Yeah, and so, yeah, there's going to be worlds that are very gaming centric, where there's clear objectives, there's a thing to do, kind of deal. But other places are more just about, taking in the experience of the place, the ambiance, being in that concert, going on a virtual tour, that kind of thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like we have another question.
Great.
Okay, so we do have a question, and we had spoken previously about this, but I had some issues. It could have been just my computer, but I was mentioning when I first came in here, this room particularly, it was lagging for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, right now it's a little bit better. I'm on a brand new computer. I went to go buy a brand new computer to do this interview specifically. So it's perfect. But we did. But I mean, that is a real issue for gamers, because as we all know, like, everyone has different types of graphics cards, and
Yes.
VR is expensive, and people are trying to get that experience. But what can users expect as far as graphics and then the lag, and how can they beat it? And...
Yeah, so Sansar is, it's our own technology, our own renderer, it's our own engine, and it's brand new, right? So it's highly optimized for VR. Now, a lot of the stuttering or hitching you see is not issues actually with your graphics card at all, as some of it has to do with just internet bandwidth. So if all of a sudden you have a dip in your bandwidth, sometimes certain things, like some of the animated objects or some of the physics or dynamic objects, the ones that you can pick up and throw around, the accuracy or the fidelity of their motion can be affected by bandwidth, because Sansar, we do, the experiences are hosted in the cloud, in our cloud, and so, there's a little bit of a round trip on some of those things. Some aspects are simulated locally, but for the most part, there's some round trip happening. So if you have too much of a bandwidth issue, the fidelity of the certain aspects of the experience can be compromised. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So internally, just to speak more to breadth of hardware support, we run really well actually on Oculus recommended spec, no problem. And we have, like, I run Sansar at home on my 2013 iMac, not in VR, but in desktop mode. And I think it's really important. So we run beautifully in desktop mode, even on relatively modest laptops. And a lot of the performance issues people see actually have more to do with bandwidth than necessarily the heaviness of or demands of the engine itself.
We have, so many questions about the specs. Another person asking about the recommended specs.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have the website, so if you go to sansar.com and you go to the download page, you can see the specs, both recommended, minimum for desktop, minimum for VR, recommended for desktop, so it really runs the gamut there. But we are, like I said earlier, we're in a beta, and so we haven't gone through yet and hooked up options for, dialing things down or cranking things up. So basically what people see right now is everything cranked up. This is things running on ultimate.
Yes, this is the ultimate. Yes, the goal. What you're striving for. I gotcha.
And then so we can, in the future, it's like, okay, let's turn off temporal anti-aliasing, or something like that to get some frames back. But right now, we've been just pushing really hard to go for the fidelity and the polish and getting things looking as nice as we can.
Real quick, I just want to pan over and have Ghost or our camera person here shoot from this side while we talk, just because I want people to be able to see it, because we have a lot of questions flooding in, and I want to
ride that airship when it lands. We could get on that and ride around. There's
okay.
there's a whole area downstairs, the Zen, like the Zen garden portion that we could take a look at.
Oh yes, there's stairs over there, and I just peeking at it. It was a little dark, and
no, it lights up. There's lots.
Oh, okay, because I'm scared, so I didn't go.
I won't let anything hurt you. It's quite
okay,
peaceful.
then you go first.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Teleport or shall we walk?
Well, no, we can. We'll teleport while Ghoster pans and. Oh, hey, how are you running? Okay, you can't just.
Click on your left thumbstick. Click down on it.
Oh, hey, look, I'm running. Okay, it's dark. You guys go first. You let me know. Let me know how it goes.
I think it's okay. I don't see anything too scary yet.
Okay, here we go.
So here we go. And of course, all the audio is spatialized. You get really great sense of space. You have different echo, different reverb down here than upstairs. You'll notice it sounds a little more dead. But over here, we have our little meditation space here.
Ooh, this isn't scary at all. This is peaceful. Oh, that door is just randomly there. Where does it go?
One day we will reveal that. That's right.
Oh, well, I mean, okay.
You can actually ride these.
All right. Oh, okay.
When's the last time you've been on a floating lily pad? Hi. But there's it's pretty. I like it. And then there's a whole nother hangout area over here.
So we have more. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go down to you. No, wait, you come up here. Oh no, I'll come down here. We can stand here because it looks so pretty. We have all these questions.
We can do it in circ and walk and talk.
Yeah, you know what? You told me that you can do a really cool thing, which is teleport us to another space.
Yeah.
So can you teleport us to another space, and then I'll continue these questions.
Yeah.
So many questions.
I'm gonna hit the button now, and we'll head there. Okay, one moment. Okay, ready?
Oh. Okay.
Yay, you made it.
Wow. Okay. All right, I'm feeling things. I mean, it does look really great. I mean, so once I switched over to my 1080, it is actually much better. But
I was going to say though, this scene was built by our internal studio team, Sansar Studios, and they were 980s. So we're not running the latest greatest hardware. We do that on purpose, because it's not fair.
Yeah, that's not fair.
So we're running 980s.
That's cool.
It runs fine on those machines, no problem. So
you should run it on Google Cardboard and let us know how that goes. So we do have some questions.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so let me. This first one, which is a very innocent question, and I'll apologize for the other ones. So Tala from
Let's turn around.
Okay.
So yeah, get that behind us instead of the dark corner.
Yeah, there you go.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm glad that it's just bones. It's not going to eat me, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, Tala in Altspace wants to know what kind of events people can expect.
Yeah.
In Sansar?
So we have you're going to hear some news about some events, an event coming up real soon a museum opening, a virtual museum opening. It's going to be really neat. I think it's going to surprise people because of the types of things you're going to get to see at it. This space actually was built for an event. We put it together in collaboration with these Egyptologists that we've been working with that study and work out of the Sorbonne, and they have been capturing, doing digital heritage site preservation, and so we worked with them to get their data into Sansar, and so those Egyptologists guided live tours of those sites, which I can take you to some of those sites here in a moment. And it was originally scheduled for an hour, ended up running for 2. You know,
awesome.
as he walked people through and told the stories, it kind of etched in the stone, literally, and these sites that were laser captured photogrammetry as well. And so you see all this, the platform is ultimately very flexible. So concerts, video streams, you know, really it's kind of what people want to make of it.
Right. I mean, that's one of the things that, you know, I was mentioning about how when we were looking at different VR social platforms, it feels like every platform has something special and unique that draws their current user base. And so, you know, for example, Allspace, it's the events, you know, and but all of them have the social aspect, you know, finding friends. Yeah. So we do have a question here from James Bong at Allspace. He wants to know if there are plans for us to be able to better track friends in game here.
Yeah. Being able to get to your friends, being able to find them, those are important. And, you know, we're in beta. And so that's on our list of things that we need to get to for sure. There's some, I can give you some pointers though. You know, if you're in a place
let's hear it.
And you want someone to join you can always open the atlas and click on the details for the place you're in and click the copy URL button, paste that into chat, and they can click that link and just come and join you straight away. You can email those links back and forth. So if you might maybe want to get someone from Discord or Slack or email or whatever, just paste a link into it. They click that link and then they can come and join you in the space that you're at.
Right. Yeah, and that's how we did it today. So there's your tip. Get into Discord and
you mentioned that each of these platforms kind of has a specialty or something that kind of helps to set it apart. I think one of the things that we're doing well right now is, you know, just the environments, you know, and the fidelity of the environments. And one thing that people have taken to, and we've seen happening on a regular basis, are these atlas hopping parties, you know, where they meet in one place and they do like almost like a pub crawl, but just like from experience to experience to experience and hang out and stream those. It's kind of like a party.
Yeah, it's all coming together with the name Sansar, calling it an atlas. It's really cool. I like it. This is a really great way for us to kind of get to know Sansar better. Because, I mean, quite honestly, you don't have to stick with one platform, you know? I mean, that's the beauty of VR. You just go from one, go visit another one. So it's really cool.
Absolutely.
So we have another question from Reznov here. Will Sansar support the furry community in Second Life? Like Second Life did? The furries want to know.
Hey, Sansar, you know, I don't think we have any official policy right now going one way or the other, and you know we do have some.
Mark that in there. You write that in there. Around, a clause for the furries.
Yes, the clause. You know, clause F, B, or.
Well, I guess the best way to I kind of frame that is you do have like special like communities that come in. You know, they really like represent, or they find like their place, you know, and it could be actually all kinds of groups, but like how do you support like different groups of people who want to do something specific?
Support is not necessarily the right word. It's a platform, you know, so it's more of we will continue to make the platform more capable, and should people find uses for that new capability, then great.
I told you we'd give you a hard time just a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, we love all kinds of expression.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the funny thing is, well, it's not really the funny thing. It's always what the community makes of it. People can make their worlds here, so it sounds like you can go and you can make your your furry room, and then Sansar has a clause that says they will not support it.
There's some basic, there's some conduct and decency kinds of rules in there. If we see something, that breaks those rules, don't be surprised if it's not there the next time you log in, that kind of deal.
So we do have another question.
Again, true of any social platform.
Sure. We have a question kind of relating to that topic. Are there protections or limitations in place to prevent malicious game breaking or offensive avatars in Sansar?
Yeah, so we have tools, some moderation tools, but we really are, we're in beta, and we're still building out tools. But we lean into community policing. We have ways of filing tickets and complaints and things, and so that's where, as far as game breaking, is not a lot of breaking. There's not a lot of game to break, right? So it
sounds like a challenge, everyone.
I can shoot through the walls, right? Like playing Counter-Strike or something. It's not like that, right? So we do have, for instance, if you had an avatar with just crazy huge attachments on it, like big huge demon wings or something like that, and they're just knocking people around, well, we do have certain constraints as to how much volume a given attachment can take.
Right. Okay. We have another one. Are there plans to have Sansar in Steam or Oculus Store?
Yeah, absolutely. We're working on that, and we're looking forward to getting into those channels, and it's going to be cool.
Yeah, you guys, they're in beta. Okay, I've been taking a shot every time Jason says they're in beta, so I'm ready to party.
Hey, I'm gonna keep saying it. Man. I think it's important though, because it establishes expectations to a degree. Absolutely. We want you to know that, so that we're taking the feedback. We're listening to the requests and the needs and wants, and we're really trying to, get that stuff done and addressed.
Sure. Well, you're a gamer. You know how demanding gamers are.
Oh,
super demanding. They want everything perfect right away. So.
Absolutely.
But
how dare you figure out what we're doing?
How dare you guys? Yeah. Oh man. But I will say though that it the thing is with people like to have like loyalties between which platform they like better, but the truth is that if you succeed, everyone else succeeds. VR chat succeeds, Allspace succeeds. So it's really great that we saw how supportive everyone can be of the community. So I mean, I love that every platform can bring something different to the experience. So you guys are in beta. Calm down. Speaking of which, let's go to one of the other 700 rooms. I do want to see. Well, do you have a room that's just like very pretty, like just like a pretty room?
I'm gonna take you through here. So if you just walk through this red door here.
Red.
Yeah, just walk through that door right there. Mm-hmm. Hello. Hey. You made it.
I did. Ooh.
And so this is this world is linked to the one we were just in, the Voyage Live headquarters, and this was one of the sites that was part of that live tour sequence, that live tour event, and this is the tomb of Noctamon, and what's really cool about this is an actual real tomb in Egypt. You can see. This is the exterior of the actual tomb, LiDAR and laser scanned, or laser scan and photogrammetry. And then, and so this is as it looks. Now, ordinarily, in the real world, there's actual metal bars over top of that doorway. You can't get in. Only a few, people allowed in by the Egyptian government can go in there. It's very fragile. Yeah, I grabbed my laser pointer, and I have my little. You can see the little sign over the door, and you see it then scrawled on the wall there. But also you can see it's really great. I love the stuff that cigarettes on the ground and cigarette packages and what have you. But
this is so cool. And can you? We have a user that just said that they're going to hop in and check out these rooms. Can you just repeat the name or how they can find this world?
So these are accessible right off the Atlas. So when you log in, it'll be in the featured page, but you can also get them in the Atlas under the Sansar Studios tab. You can see them there.
I think we're going to try and break Sansar today, guys. We're all going to join in.
Yes, please. But yeah, this place is I think is really cool because it just makes you feel like you're in a whole nother.
It really does.
Space.
I mean, because this is actually one of my favorite exhibits at the museum in Chicago where I am. Mm-hmm. So this is really, really cool. And the fact that you said that people can't go in here because there's a metal bar except for specific people, that means that somebody did this for specifically VR, which is, again, the amazing thing about VR, right?
What was neat was they actually didn't necessarily do it for VR. They just captured it. So
right. That's what I mean.
They spent 2-3 months just taking gigabytes and gigabytes and gigabytes of photos and laser data, and then we were able to pull it in. Literally, we talked to them. They sent us some data, and within the next hour, we were in here with multiple avatars talking to one another and just going wow, this is what education's going to be. This is what virtual travel is now a real thing, This is not like the previous environments that we went to, which are, traditional game style, hand modeled. This is, real world.
Yeah. Well, let's just hop into a few more rooms. I do want to see the prettiest room. Do you have a pretty? I mean it. Like a pretty house.
One I think is really pretty is the Sansar Customs showroom. We can go there. Mind you, and this is something I want people to know about Sansar, is when you connect to an experience, you're downloading the entire experience, and some of these experiences can be several gigabytes. So you be aware of that. And so I don't know if you cached that one. Now, I asked because one thing to keep in mind and is with Sansar is the cache system works fantastically. Once you've downloaded that space, and if it hasn't changed, you connect instant, within a few seconds.
Yeah.
So in this case, you actually downloaded this scene, I think.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I told you I bought the brand new computer for this.
and so in any case, we can go check out some stuff. I just want to give you a heads up that it may take a little while to load. That's all. And of course it's live streaming, right? So people will love watching the load screen.
They do. I think so.
Yeah. It ends up in in a user data, off the user data /Linden/Sansar, something like that.
The question was where do you cache it, right, on the computer?
Yeah. Yeah, it gets cached to your local hard drive. Is that the question?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It just gets cached locally. So the next time you connect, it does a comparison to the version of the scene you have local to the scene that's being called up on the servers, and if they're the same, it just goes boop, connects you really fast. Otherwise, you got to download it again. And we're working to make all that stuff go even faster too. But right now, the cache works great. So if you want, do you know how to bring up the menu?
I do.
So you can bring up the menu.
Go to the Atlas.
And let's go. Oh, I want to show you one. This will be neat.
I did go to the Christmas one already. That was
cool. Let's go to Sansar Studios.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's go to the Creator Academy, the Hall of Materials. It's in the top left hand.
That looks dark.
We should go. It's neat.
Okay.
You want bright and sunny?
Okay. I mean, is it scary? Just tell me now.
It's not scary.
Okay.
Scary. You'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Fine.
All right.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Bye. Hey. Hello. See, I told you it kind of comes in pretty quick if you've been here before.
Hey,
Hey.
how do you guys are seeing name tags? How do you know?
There are name tags. So, what you do is, with your grip button, just hold it, and then you look at the guy, and then you'll see the name.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So can you see my
right.
my arms moving?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, but I don't see my arms moving. I don't even see a body.
You can if you go in the third person.
I don't even have a body.
You do.
I can see.
Yeah, you have a whole body. Yes.
Oh,
go
I
into
do.
third person.
Uh-huh.
You can go into third person mode and you can see yourself just fine.
I'm in VR. I'm in VR.
Yeah, you can go into third person in VR and see your full avatar.
Very cool. I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, you can get in the third person by hitting the F3 key or clicking the right thumbstick on your Rift controller if you're using the Rift.
Wow, this is actually this is amazing. You shouldn't have the homepage for this should not be so dark because I wanted to go into it. It looked a little dark, but now that I'm in here, wow, this is really, really cool.
Yeah, so this is the first in let's go a series of experiences, the Creator Academy. So what we're trying to do here, because we are about user-created content, trying to show off what you can do, how to leverage the different materials that are within the Sansar system, the rendering materials.
Why does the physics engine suck so bad? I mean, your avatar's terrible.
Oh, well, I am a beholder, I suppose. And like I said, we're in beta, so we are working on it. And avatars, the physics? Look at how your hands.
Look at how your hands are moving. It looks so fake, and look at the avatars on even high fidelity or VR chat. It's literally half of what VR chat does.
This is very interesting because we're actually streaming this live. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Because your avatar actually looks appropriate for what you just said.
So I think to address your feedback, you will see a big jump forward.
But it's also from Linden. It's also from Linden Lab, right? Linden Lab is like known for running some sleazy ass stuff, like the furry stuff and all that.
Wow,
kind of
Jason, we did not plant this person.
Yeah. No, hey, you know what? You know, it's a social platform. Everyone can come in and share their thoughts and their feedback, and
just get some Lindens. Get some
Yeah.
Lindens and buy some garbage over here. Buy your fake costume jewelry for your fake life.
Well, it's great. What I wanted to show you here, though, is there's so many. You can see all the different types of materials and how you can build different content. And if you look over there, you can actually see the stereoscopic video. It's actually a 3D video.
I have a question. So one of the things that we were talking about was like, you know, managing like users, for example. So let's say like I wanted to open a room and other people followed me in. Is there like moderator tools to like kick people or anything? You know what I mean? Because this is kind of an appropriate time to ask.
Apropos of nothing.
Apropos, exactly. That's my jam.
Apropos of nothing. It just the thought just happened to tap dance across my mind. Yeah. So what you can do is, and I was actually mentioning this to the other guys, you can hold down the grip button on your Vive, and then you get your reticle, and then when you look at somebody, you can mute them or add them as a friend. And and in time it will continue to expand the options there, so you could visually mute them, and if you're the admin of a space, you could use a similar means to possibly give them the boot, ban them, block them, whatever. But
that was really cool to like have a troll here. I mean, she ruined fanny packs for me though, because I love fanny packs. I like my outfit, by the way. Hers looked appropriate for her. So anyway.
But there's lots of stuff in here. If your viewers are ever interested in about PBR shaders and PBR rendering and stuff like that, there's some interactive kiosks here where you can learn about different what metalness maps versus roughness maps do and how they interplay with one another. That sort of deal.
I really like this over here.
Yeah, so this is kind of a fun one because this is a combination. It shows two different UV scrolling textures, basically. So the horse is using a UV flipbook, and then the background is just using UV scrolling, so UV animation to create these effects. And so so this is just a pretty efficient way to do that type of thing.
Wow. Wait, Jason.
I
have to stop for a minute. This is this is insane. I mean, like, you VR'd, I VR'd, but like, just take a minute here. I am standing in my office at home. I'm in my pajamas just to put it all out there. But this is so cool. I mean, like, we're in a museum, and you're telling me about like animation stuff here. So +1 for that. This is really, really awesome.
Yeah, so this is an educational space. We want people to learn how to leverage the platform and learn how to use it to make their stuff look the best that they can make it. And so this is the first in what will be a series of similar type spaces that show you how to set up the physics, how to do that kind of thing, to do the audio scripting, etc. And they're interactive, so you can see the cause and effect very, very easily.
Let's look in here. Like, this looks really cool.
This room here, we are demonstrating different audio materials. So
this is where the Illuminati meets, by the way.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And here you can see this is our multi-layer PBR shader, so you can do some really interesting effects.
Wow.
You can see which different layers are in effect at a time. And then this one there, this one shows controls is like a mask of which layers appear where. So there's the green layer, the blue, the red, and so this blend map controls what shows up where. And if you look at the ground over here, you can see a demonstration of audio materials. So you can actually, as a creator, just do a drop-down menu and say, hey, that's made of metal or grass or gravel or rock.
This is pretty awesome. Yeah. You know what? I'm glad we did a tour because, this is really, really cool. I'm so excited to spend the next 36 hours going through the 700 rooms with you. So let's just let's buckle down. I got some water now. I'm teasing you. This is man, wow. This is really cool. I'm really glad to have seen this.
One thing that's really important to us is we really want to make sure the engine isn't constraining what people can really do. If you can make it You know, if you have a vision for it, we want it to be robust enough and the fidelity to be high enough so as to get the look you want. You know, we think, you know, it's the quality of that look and feel, the tactility of the materials and the spatialization of the sound, all these things have to create that immersion and make it more relevant and more compelling, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can bring in OBJs and FBX files. As far as textures or materials, that's what this place is about. So we have like a 3-layer PBR. We have like alpha mask PBR. We got just standard non-alpha ones. You know, we have help block, and I can point at them. And so you can see what maps are required for each one. So this is just our standard vanilla shader. This is the one that's used on almost everything in here. You know, you got your diffuse, your normal, your roughness, your metalness, you know, and then you got our emissive materials. So you got your diffuse, your emissive matte, your normal, your roughness, your metalness, you know. Over here we have a transmissive, so this is kind of a glowing alpha kind of thing. And we have more materials coming online soon. And then this one here is like media surface. So one thing we haven't done, I don't know if you guys want to, but we could go to the 360 Theater Dome if you want to check that out. But in here, you know, this is showing stereoscopic video, and this material over here is just for standard flat video, you know. Hello? Yeah, Vivian got real quiet. I don't know what happened there. Ah, okay. Well, let's look. Do you want to? Can she hear us? Yeah, she can. Okay, nodding head. Yes, body language works. Yeah. Hey. Do you guys want to go to another place, or?
Yeah, I want to see. I still want to see that pretty pink room. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, let's go to one final room. Like, show us what you need to show us. That one room.
One room. Okay. Let's go. Let me see. What would be a fun one? Because we have quite a few. Pretty one. Let's go. Because there's 700, so there's plenty to choose from. I like this one's kind of fun. We could go to the. Do you want to go to the moon?
The where?
The moon.
The room?
Moon. M-O-N.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, let's do that.
So under featured in the atlas, scroll down, and on the right-hand column, see Apollo 11, Sea of Tranquility.
Under featured?
Yeah. And we can go. We can go there.
All right, let's go visit the moon.
All right.
The moon, and
we'll see you there in a second.
man. One giant leap for mankind.
Hey!
That's one small step for man.
So,
One giant leap for mankind.
so you may want to step over here a little bit, or else we're gonna keep hearing buzz. I forgot this one has the buzz going together. John, I can't remember.
Will we be able to do anything in here, like actually, like have our avatars like bounce around, like it's zero gravity? Is there anything like that?
There's nothing constraining us technically from doing that. It's just an issue of putting together the authoring interfaces to do so. But yeah, we can control the massive objects and all kinds of other things. But the this one's kind of neat, you know. One thing I like, and a lot of the when you show stuff to people who haven't tried VR before, it just kind of slips their detection. But the fact that I can do this and say, hey, look up there, you know, that's the Earth. Yeah, so I can point, right? You know,
Right.
Yeah, and then over there's the sun.
I'm looking at this here.
Oh, yep. You're gonna want to step on that. She jumped on the teleporter that takes you back to the Apollo Museum. So here we can just hop on there.
That's one small step for man. One giant
Hey,
leap
Vivian.
for mankind.
I was gonna you. Don't step on that.
You didn't move me fast enough. You know what? The moon was dead. I had to bounce out of there. Ha! Get it? Anyone? No? Okay.
This is the Apollo Mission Museum.
We did it for all the right reasons.
Saturn
We
V.
did come.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Well, life size relative to.
On July 20th,
yeah.
19...
Yeah, it's real size, so
Yeah.
it's
the
to
lunar
scale.
dust compresses
It's
beneath
two
the
scale,
blue
guys.
of
Alright,
astronaut Neil
I mean, I've been in here, but I don't know why it's blowing my mind
NASA's
so much.
Apollo project scores.
Yeah, we gotta get away from the screen. Come here. Because the audio is a little loud for the video right there. Yeah. So if you come over here, you can see.
Is there anything else I shouldn't step on, Jason?
Oh, the other stuff will just play for you, not everybody. But if you see here, you can follow the route of the Apollo 11 on its way to the moon. Whoa. Hey, Vivian, come over here. Yeah. So you can hear, these are really cool. You can see up close, these models, and they're really, very detailed, very cool. And you can see, you can actually track the Apollo 11 on its way to the moon.
Yeah. Wow. This is great. Can we go inside the rocket?
Yeah, it's neat.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. Your go for separation.
Let's,
Can we go inside the rocket?
No. That's only for astronauts.
What? Come on, Jason! Wow. So, now you choose not let me.
Magical red door
the astronauts go into. Do they just go into the moon first? Is that how you guys do training for astronauts?
Yeah.
Because I've been to the moon.
We kicked you into the deep end. All right. This is awesome. We kind of went backwards here. Usually you start here, and then you go to the moon.
It's okay. It's okay. They're in beta. They're in beta, guys. They're in beta. I'm in beta. Maybe it's just me as a host.
Fly. You know how it goes.
Right. Totally. Oh man.
There's loads of stuff to check out, right? Each one really different styles, different look, different feel. You know, there's some cartoony stuff. There's more like the photoreal stuff. There's literal photoreal stuff. You know?
Right.
It's all kinds of things. You know?
Yeah.
And one thing I think, you know, I see in some of the other platforms is they're kind of not quite as flexible in terms of look and feel for user creations.
Yeah. Wow, this is awesome. Well, here, can I stand by the moon? Is that allowed?
Yeah. All
right, let's go there, and then we can end over here.
So we'll come over here. Here, Josh. So
because they are easy, but because they are hard.
The audio's a little funky over here.
Will serve to organize and measure the best.
Anyway, you can see all the rain spots on the moon.
Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. And the other two. We choose to go to the moon.
Yeah, absolutely. So we go here.
Not because they are easy,
and we'll close out. Jason, I want to thank you so much for this tour. What we're gonna do now is there's a lot of people. I heard there's hundreds and hundreds of people back in all space right now. I'm kidding. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna go into all space.
Thousands and thousands of people.
Thank you. You get it.
Tens of thousands. No? Yes.
Oh yeah, millions. Let's just go with that. All the people there.
All in VR.
Exactly. No one is out. It's outside right now. I'm gonna go back into the party room. If you guys have any more questions, what we're gonna do is we're gonna gather together a little Sansar party, so that we have a group, and then we're gonna all come back into Sansar and explore a little more. So thank you so much for taking us around and for answering the questions that I wish I could have vetted. I'm sorry. People are excited. They want to know these things. It's important. These are the questions that everyone asks. And so we're excited to continue to try on at Sansar. Thank you everyone for watching the Hive. We'll have to come back for Sansar if you'll have us back. Next week we're back in All Space next week. We'll have Orbis VR as our guest. So we'll see you then. Bye everyone.
Cool. Bye. Thank you for popping in.